Fantastic. I'm here with Beth Bumbarger of Nemonix Engineering, and I'm so delighted because I had the opportunity to speak with Beth earlier today. She's one of our very valued partners, and she's here exhibiting at the Connect Storage and Networking Symposium here in Nieshausen, Germany. And Beth, tell me a little bit more, let everyone know, our members know, a little bit about more about what Nemonix does.
Well, Nina, thank you so much for the opportunity, and we really are enjoying our stay here. Nemonix Engineering has been a partner of Digital's going way back in history, also Compact, and now HP, of course. And what we basically do is we come along when HP is unable, for whatever reason, to really continue to maintain a product that's end of life. Nemonix does its job as a partner to keep that company really happy and pleased with HP. So we maintain it. We do a technology refresh. We bring a system to really like new condition, being able to say to them, we'll put it under warranty for you for up to, say, 10 years. In doing that, that customer really feels very good about HP because they know their HP products are going to continue working for them until they find they can really afford to be able to change to the technology that they need to evolve to and eventually migrate. So although evolution is and migration is inevitable, not every company can afford to or is able to do it at the time that even they would like to. And they can't afford to have their systems running at less than optimum performance during that short time of duration. And we come in and try to rescue the situation from there.
Wow, so what they get an opportunity to do is actually plan for their migration and have plenty of time to plan for it. They know it's inevitable, but they have time to plan, right?
Couldn't say it better myself.
Fantastic. Let me ask you that. I'm curious, how many VAX installations are...
You know, it's installations I can't answer, but I do know there's approximately 649,000 with the last survey we just had done. VAX systems installed today, actually functioning and working. There's about 349,000 of those located in the U.S., the balance being in Europe and the rest of the world. And we've just recently worked with a company that has approximately 900 of them, and they were all within the 4,000 family. We met with a company in France that has a considerable amount, in excess of 500, and they really need to be able to keep these systems running. And what we like to do is not let them feel like they don't have an alternative, and we just like them to know that, you know what, they can plan, they can budget, they can do those things that are very necessary to their own infrastructure. Always remembering that the end goal of both Nemonix and HP is to migrate.
Sure.
And that's what we're able to do with them.
Tell me, we talked also about your components being military, was
spec.
It military spec?
Yes.
Exactly what does that mean, and what does it mean to the warranty of the product?
Okay, when we build a product and we do a refresh technology, we replace every known failure component using the last 30 plus years of history that we have working with these products. And we replace every known failure. The reason we use military spec is because they run very differently. They have a higher capacity, they have a lower heat threshold, so they don't heat up quite as high, they don't get as hot, they run using less energy, and they're really the better quality of the products that you're going to put into something. For instance, the drives that we have, we've re-engineered a new SCSI drive that replaces every known manufacturer and SCSI drive, wide, narrow, SCSI 1, 2, 3, and Ultra protocols. They come in the 50 pin, the 68 pin, the 80 pin. And in those drives, we're using a very high caliber military spec drive. It's more ruggedized, it's a stronger piece, has better endurance, it lasts longer, it has more read and write capability than the thing you or I would buy for a laptop.
Sure.
So it just puts us in a different league. And it enables us, by the way, to reliably warranty a product for up to 10 years. Because when you're going to say to a customer, we can guarantee this is going to run, and you're going to tell them we can guarantee that product for 10 years, you can't be using the lowest bid.
Sure, yeah.
You have to be working with good quality.
So, yeah, I mean, I would imagine that a lot of people that are looking for components for some of these older technologies probably go to places like eBay or, you know, the secondary market. What kind of trouble? I mean, do they get in trouble that way?
Oh, lots of it. We're starting to see almost a shell game. What happens is, even using just drives or any board or any component that they need, there are organizations that really get together and say, okay, yeah, we can all sell this. And they say, we've got 50 of these, and there's 50 guys saying they got 50 of these. There's really only one person holding 50. Well, what happens is, if it's you and I are both involved, well, you put out a bid because you want to sell 50 units. I put out a bid because I want to sell 50 units. A customer comes to me and says, I want to buy 50, but I don't have any inventory. So I go out and I call everybody I can think of to find out who's got the product. And every time I make a call, the price goes up a little bit higher and a little bit higher.
They're all talking to each other, going to the same place.
And they sell back through the same chain. So by the time I call the 10th guy, he's going to have a price to guy number 9, guy number 8, 7. By the time the customer gets it, he has a higher price. And he has a product that, you know, who knows where it came from. Well, in some instances, we've actually seen a product be defective and not function within the 30 days that they had for warranty. When the customer returned that device, that person they bought it from didn't own it to begin with, so he returned it to the guy he bought. The customer was upset with the first vendor. When he went back out to get that product again, he ended up buying the same defective drive twice.
Wow.
Now, it doesn't happen like, you know, 1 and 2, but it happens when you're buying 3, 4, and 5 products. You start tracking serial numbers, you can find yourself getting the same products back in and rotating. There just aren't a lot of these parts left. So somebody who can re-engineer and somebody who can really do a refresh, which is very different than a refurbish. We talk to people all day, and I love to say to them, okay, on this board, how many parts do you replace? And they look at us and they go, oh, we do 15. Well, we do 28 on that. So that means I'm going to leave you with 13 possibilities to break. And Nemonix doesn't do that. That's why we replace every known failure component. I don't care whether it's broken or it's not. Batteries. If most of the market goes out and buys another used battery for these kinds of products, what we do is we go out and we have the battery remanufactured according to our specification. So you end up with a battery that was manufactured within the last 6 to 8 weeks. So you're not borrowing the kids' remote batteries to run your TV remote for an extra night or 2. You actually have a battery that, when it's tested, is full capacity to where it's supposed to be, and not just got a spike in it for this test. Yeah, I can hit that if I really try, but I can't hold it for a duration.
Very good. One last question for you. You know, you have been such a supporter of Connect. What do you see as the value of all of these folks participating in an organization like Connect? Where do you see the value?
You know, over the years, in transition from DCUS to Encompass to Connect, we've really seen a dissolution of the camaraderie and the community. And Connect is really working overtime, jokingly, to be able to build that community back up. And even for my customers, it gives us a place to say to them, look, there's a community out there. You're not alone. Other people have your kinds of problems, and we can bring them together. And Connect's an organization by which we, as a business, can bring our customers who really have lost touch even with HP, and yet bring them to an event like this. They meet other people with their problems, and they get reintroduced to HP. So it's like HP is the parent that we all graduated and moved on and lost touch with, and Connect allows us to redo that connection. Jokingly, it should almost be reconnect, because yes, we like to be connected, but so many of us have lost it. This gives us the ability to come back. Well, so it's very valuable to us. We really enjoy it.
That's terrific. I've so enjoyed hearing about your products and solutions, and again, Connect really appreciates your support, Beth. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it myself.